What it is, though. It's your boy Crook LDB Team 100. We in here, sure. And today we got another reaction video. Now, this video is going to be open court. They're discussing top 5 NBA players without a title, man. As you guys already know, I mean, it's a few you can name. Feel me? Barkley, AI, T-Mac, who else? I think Ewing, Steve Nash. I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple of them. So we about to see what it's hitting for, you feel what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get to it.
And we welcome you back to Open Court. We've been talking this entire show about the best teams to never win a title. Now we're going to just talk individuals, and this is it's kind of tough. This is like when you're watching golf, and it's like, hey, the best player to never win a major and that kind of thing. But this is, we're not talking current players now. We're talking players who have retired.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you can narrow it down to one, and I'm thinking if you had to do a starting 5 of players who never won a championship, if I were to throw at you this starting 5.
It's got to be positioned.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was my position.
That's tough.
A backcourt of Stockton and Iverson. Forwards of Barkley and Malone, and Patrick Ewing in the middle. Your reaction?
Yeah,
would
that's
be,
fire. I ain't gonna lie, that's fire.
No hesitation.
Yeah, that's fire.
There's no hesitation. And here's the thing.
Stockton and
Elgin
AI?
Baylor is often
What?
referred to as a guy
Yeah,
who
that's
never
what-
won a
yeah.
ring, but
He did.
But he played 9 games that season, then he retired, and the Lakers actually
That don't
gave him
count.
a ring.
That doesn't
Right.
count.
Doesn't count.
I was going to say Elgin
They
Baylor
count.
probably had more heartbreak in all those games than anybody. I mean, probably makes Chris feel good about how it happened because they ran to the Celtics. They ran to that beast named Bill Russell and that whole juggernaut that they had going there and couldn't get over the hump. And you're talking Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, 2 of the top players ever to play the game. They went in there.
But you think about the other players who would be on the list, the Reggie Millers of the world, and Dominique Wilkins.
Yes.
Dominique Wilkins, yep.
And
3 of them.
George Gervin and Steve Nash and Alex English and Adrian Dantley.
I think of all those guys, Neek's probably got the strongest argument to be included.
See, I almost, that's why I said regardless of, I have him in my top 5.
Yeah,
if it
exactly.
was
Who's your top 5?
Because Neek is,
I'm just
would have-
talent alone, yes. I mean, just on pure
Stockton,
talent.
Malone,
Mm-hmm.
Barkley, Neek, Ewing.
Ewing. Yeah,
That's
the
my
5.
five.
That's my
Yeah.
5. And that's not, and
So
Iverson's
Nick would knock
definitely-
AI out for you.
Yes. Good. Oh, the longevity, Allen Iverson had a better 3-year run, but the longevity of 10 years, Dominique was a better player. He never had a 3-year run like AI had.
Right? No, not at
He
all.
never had a run like
But
that.
AI's in 2 positions too, because he came in as a point, and then Larry
No, but
Brown
I'm just
moved
saying,
to the
I'm
2.
saying, forget position. I'm just saying,
Oh, forget position.
I just think that, obviously, AI did things culturally that changed the
But
NBA.
isn't he top 5 averages all time in the
I
pool?
would keep AI in there.
Dominique, you can't even think about the Atlanta Hawks without thinking about Dominique.
12
No, I agree. I would only put AI
Yeah,
maybe
Atlanta
over
Hawks,
Stockton.
you
That's,
remember-
yeah.
Hey, they had a better team.
Chris Webber's on the list too.
Yeah.
No, I
If
would
this is
Barkley.
the
No. Because if it was not for Barkley, Malone, those guys, I wouldn't even be here. And I look at it like Patrick Ewing. I wanted him to get one.
I'm
Barkley,
talking in
Malone.
the conversation.
No, I
If
think-
you're-
I
if
think
you're
someone
opening this
else-
web, you're in the conversation.
You're in the
You're
conversation.
Conversation.
But I
You're in
think
the
those 5.
conversation.
And I
You ain't first to conversation, Dom. But you.
Thank you for reminding me of that. That's the truth, Fred. Thank you for reminding me. I'm not first, but I'm in it.
That's real. You in it, but I mean,
Keep it right.
But you ain't even.
Cause I forgot, Webber didn't even win
my
one.
team, and I say without Barkley, but you have to remind.
What you got, Mac? On this.
Well, you're talking about my originally I said Elgin Baylor, but you did say he won that one. That one he stands out to me, and Stockton and Malone really stand out to me because just because they were there for a long time. You talk about Dominique Wilkins had many wars against Dominique. He had a really good team for a long time, which also you got to figure that. And some of these guys just didn't play on good teams. I mean, they were really good players, but he had a chance where they were a 50-plus win team. I think there's every year. I think you got to look at that. You can't say, well, geez, this guy's team, the most they ever won was 42, and they had a chance to win. They don't have a chance to win a championship. To me, again, it gets back to teams that won 55 to 60 games consistently over a 4 or 5 year period, and then never won a championship.
And they played in an era where you played. Think about it, they had to beat the Sixers.
especially if you look at all right, listen. So one of my favorite point guards is Steve Nash, right? Steve Nash and AI. AI like as far as like guards, those are like kind of like my top two favorite. If you look at both of their careers, they was on decent teams. You feel what I'm saying? AI backpacked the Sixers to the finals. Steve Nash didn't backpack, but he was a part of some good teams. He was a part of a young Dirk. You feel what I'm saying? And he had his own big three with Marion and Stoudemire. It was just certain teams that they just could not get over, bro. Like with AI, he went to the finals. You feel what I'm saying? With the Lakers, because we all remember the step back. You feel what I'm saying? The infamous, I said step back. The infamous step over. We all remember that. They just couldn't get over the Lakers. Steve Nash, again, could not get over the Lakers or the Spurs. It was either one of the two that he had to go against damn near every year, and he got put out, man. So sometimes you just got to look at, bro, they could have won it. They could have won it all if it just wasn't for that one team. And it's sad but sometimes you play players that are so great. A la with the Lakers, it was Kobe and Shaq. A la with San Antonio, you had Manu, Tim Duncan, and Tony Parker. Sometimes you just go against the better team, and the better team, 9 times out of 10, is always going to win because it's a 7-game series. 9 times out of 10, the better team is going to beat you 4 times out of 7. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would leave AI on there, but then again, as a disclaimer, I didn't really grow up watching like George Gervin, Dominique Wilkins, and all that. So a lot of these guys are older than me, so they gonna know about, you feel what I'm saying, the people who paved the way for these new NBA players. I didn't grow up on it. Feel what I'm saying? I didn't grow up on it. I started watching basketball around the time that AI went to the finals against the Lakers. So you feel what I'm saying? So I definitely, me personally, I would keep AI in there, and I probably would throw in Steve Nash.
The Celtics and the Bucks in that era too. Like that era was a golden era because that was at a time where you literally did have. A lot of times in a conference, you can honestly say, well, it's only 1 or 2 teams that can win the conference.
Who's number one then, guys? Who's number one guy? If you had to take one, eliminate everybody. So he's the number one guy.
David got one. Every center got one but Pat.
Ewing over Charles.
Charles is 2. Pat,
No,
then
I
Charles.
would go. Ewing had better teams.
Yeah.
Ewing's team swept Charles's teams when he was in Philly. The early Ewing teams would beat.
Kenny, would you go
Then
Chuck or
Charles
Neek?
Barkley.
You said Chuck 2, Neek?
And then Neek 3 for me.
Man, I might have to go Malone too.
Yeah.
Malone, oh yeah.
Yeah, Karl Malone's got to be. Karl
Malone,
Malone's got to be.
and Charles,
he's
phenomenal,
over
but Malone honestly, even over Patrick, Malone had the most accomplished individual career. You got to think about how long and the level he's third all time scoring.
Yeah, and you know what? His teams won 55 to 60 something.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Shaq and still couldn't get one.
That's a good point.
That's what
Carl
he
did
tore
hurt
his
his knee.
knee.
I'm not saying.
That's the reason why.
I can pay for jokes too around here.
That one hurts me the most. 04, when the Pistons basically swept us off the floor. We were lucky to win 1 game. But that year, Karl Malone deserved that ring more than anybody else on that team. If you look at the way we played with him on the floor and without him that season.
And he sacrificed, took less points.
Like everything about sacrifice, he did it.
He's the Kevin Durant of this era.
There you go.
You know what? I think that era, I think that team, you appreciated how good he was. Because how hard is it to go from being the first option to the third or fourth option and still be effective? And he did it.
This has been, as it always is, a lot of fun. And it's great water cooler talk if people.
All right, if I had to do my top 5, let me see, who never won a ring. I definitely would go Nash. I would definitely would go AI. Who never won a ring? Who's not in the NBA? Can I put T-Mac in there? Can I put Vince Carter in there? See, those names coming to mind. You got T-Mac. You got Vince Carter. You got, who else, bro? Who's not in the NBA no more. All right, I definitely would go with Nash. I definitely would go with AI. I definitely would go with Patrick Ewing. I gotta put Patrick Ewing in there. I'm gonna go with. Oh, wait. Am I tripping? Should I really put Nash over Stockton? Should I put Nash over Stockton? No. I ain't gonna put Nash over Stockton. I ain't gonna put Nash over Stockton. All right, I'm gonna do John Stockton. I'm gonna do AI. I'll do Patrick Ewing. I'll do T-Mac. Cause I ain't gonna lie, even though T-Mac had like T-Mac longevity wise wasn't really, you feel what I'm saying, because of his injuries. So he didn't really have the longevity factor. I mean, he was still decent though for like a good portion. Like, but yeah, I would do T-Mac, bro. I would do Stockton, Ewing, AI, T-Mac. And would I do Malone or Barkley? Malone or Barkley? I do Barkley. So I got Stockton, AI, Barkley, Ewing, and T-Mac. That'll be my starting five without a ring. But I ain't gonna lie, you got a couple runner-ups though. You feel what I'm saying? Of course, Malone. Of course, Nash. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got Brandon Roy. A lot of guys don't even know like who Brandon Roy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Brandon Roy was a demon. That boy was a demon. Brandon Roy. Can't forget about. Damn, I was about to say Derrick Rose, but Derrick Rose still in the NBA. But yo, like, it's some guys that got shortchanged by injuries, but you knew when they was in the NBA, it was over for damn near everybody. But they was buckets, bro. They was definitely buckets. But that is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.